Hello and welcome to another update video about Optimism. Optimism does want to give us a higher degree or higher fifth wave apparently. Yeah, that's how it looks at the moment. Obviously, we talked about the possibility that this move down was complete. We were able to count 5 waves down complete. This was an absolutely amazing entry point or support area. I did personally enter a little bit above that area. Yeah, pleased with that, and I think it's moved already off the actual absolute low. It's already moved around 40%, so it's performing a little bit like Phantom at the moment. Quite a really nice coin at the moment that's performed really well. And yeah, so now I think it's giving us a fifth wave, and this fifth wave, if we break above the third wave, we basically have the fifth confirmed. And now we can talk about targets for the fifth wave. So the way to calculate that is that we take the length here to the top and we go to the low of the fourth, and we get, right, like I think like Phantom, the first target is basically useless, but you probably get some resistance there around $3.07. That's the 38.2 FIB retrace extension. And the 61.8 extension would be the next target at 368. Let's zoom out to see, do we have any structural resistance? No, because we're basically in all-time high territory anyway. So yeah, really pleased. Yeah, 368 would be the next one. And then at some point we should have this first wave done. But for now I'm watching, can we subdivide higher? It looks a bit like... if we align it sort of with Bitcoin, Ethereum, if we wanted to look at the substructure, it looks a bit like a 1-2 setup here, another 1-2, maybe here the 3, then the 4. We might now rally in the fifth of a third. So basically, fifth of a third should then get another low and another high, and could still push high, and maybe will eventually reach that 368 level. So I think here short-term trend is up very clearly. We even broke above the trend line again and retested from above. That's sort of quite bullish. And from here then, again, next resistance is 307, 308, then obviously the high at 321, and then 368. That's sort of everything. Momentum pushing still, yeah. If I'm looking on the daily chart, you can see that we are not in the overbought range any longer. So that gives still some scope for further upside, even though we have not yet made a bullish crossover here on the relative strength index. We came down, yeah, bearish divergence. I did highlight that, I think, in one of the videos there, and highlighted that typically what you get is towards the end of a third wave, you see that bearish divergence, whereas in a third of a third, you typically see the highest reading. Then you remain embedded in the overbought range, and then you see the bearish divergence, and then you come down in the fourth wave, and then typically you get another rally in the fifth, but it will probably remain a bearish divergence against that high eventually. So that's what we're looking at, and the bullish momentum is increasing, bearish momentum is reducing on the MACD. On the daily, let's see if we get it towards a bullish crossover here, but we're still quite far away from that on the daily. And yeah, on the 4 hour we're now overbought, but that's not a problem because we are just pushing up, right? It's uptrend. Uptrend can be overbought, no problem about that at all. And I think you can possibly add a trend line that might add some value. If you add a trend line like this, and as long as we're hovering above the trend line, if you're following that trade really, then if you're above the trend line, as long as that's the case, the uptrend is in play here. Yeah? So that's sort of where we are currently with Optimism. Targets should be clear now. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.